This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today I'm very lucky we're joined by Ashley Theophane. So thank you very much for coming on, Ashley. It's good to see you, mate.
Yeah, it's all good. Thanks for having me on. It's great.
So Ashley, how are you, mate? Because now you're retired. How's the retired life treating you?
Yeah, I'm cool. For me, I achieved everything that wanted to do in this sport. So now I'm just doing my thing with the kids. So that's all I'm on. So I done what I done. My days is done. So now it's all about the next generation.
Yeah, and I saw on your Instagram you do a lot of stuff with the kids growing up. And you've opened a
Yeah.
boxing gym called Treasure Boxing Club. And now you opened
Yes.
July, didn't you?
Say that again.
You opened the gym back up in July, didn't you?
It's been so basically we haven't got the premises yet. So I've just been using halls like just all over West London. But yeah, it's been going now for over a year. I started it like over a year, but I think in July was our first camp. We started our first camp in July, so hence you may have saw that.
Do you ever feel like training fighters again, or is it mainly focused around the kids?
I wouldn't mind. It depends. Depends if I wouldn't want to just train anyone. Some folks they just want to train anyone. I would have to believe that you could go far and be in some great fights for me to want to train you. I wouldn't want to waste my time, you know.
So you just touched on your career for a few moments. You were signed from Mayweather Promotions. Right, I've got the dates here: 2013 and 2018. What was that experience like for you?
Yeah, being signed with Floyd was it was great, you know, because this was a man who I had watched since I don't know 1999, and to be part of his team, it was amazing to know that man, you know, to go to his family's house, to be around him all of the time, to have him on speed dial if I needed to chat with him, to do stuff with him, to go to the club with him, to eat out with him. So it was great. And also to watch this man's last few years of his career, to watch how he trains, how he conducts himself in interviews as well. So it was very interesting to see how like what got him to be at the top and what kept him at the top. So it was great to be around him for those 5 years.
Yeah, having Floyd on speed dial, that's quite crazy. And you sparred him 4 or 5 times. What was that like?
Yeah, I sparred Floyd 5 times. I was part of the team for the Canelo camp and for the Berto camp. And yeah, for me, it was so there was a lot of guys would get in the ring with Floyd and then they would just be too nervous and just freeze, and then Floyd would just run through them. But for me, it was just I would go in the ring, then I would see Floyd across from me. I'll be like, oh, snap, like it's Floyd Mayweather. So for me, it was kind of like I was a fan in the ring. So I would just kind of give my all, like whatever it was. So I done all right. I done all right with Floyd. That's why Floyd believed I could be world champion. That's why he bought me a car, you know. So I always did well. The 5 times we sparred, I always did well with Floyd. And I kind of gained his respect because he actually knew I could fight, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was fun. It was fun but hard.
Yeah, I can imagine it. And I guess the Canelo performance, you in the Canelo camp, that was arguably the best performance. So, and which car did he buy you?
He bought me a Chrysler Sport 300, so it was brand new, and it got bought, and I just had to go and get it. So it was the same day, it was the same night that he bought Javante a car as well. So he bought me and Javante a car at the same time, and then we just had to go up there and go and get our cars. So yeah, so it's good. Good memories. Good memories.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. And now you kind of have a chance, obviously retired now, kind of look back at your boxing career. Is there anything you would have done differently?
See, there's many things I could change. Like say, when I lost my British, I took a last minute opponent, and that kind of was what threw me off. If I didn't take that last minute, I may have like continued to have the British, and then I could have won it outright. But if I won it outright, I wouldn't have gone off to like America again to join with Floyd. So every time I had a loss or a bad thing, it led me to something else. So this is another thing. Sometimes losing or failing is not a bad thing if you like recollect yourself and continue. So sometimes a lot of people, sorry, the dog. So sometimes a lot of people fail and then they don't want to do anything. You know what I mean? But if you fail, you just continue. You learn from your mistakes and you just go on. So one thing about me that I admire about myself is that I never gave up. Like when I couldn't get fights in England, I just went abroad. So if I would have listened to, this is another thing, because I think you box, right?
Yeah, as an amateur.
Yeah. So a lot of times I was very young and I would look online and there was a lot of these guys saying, he won't achieve anything, he won't do this, he won't do that, he won't even be British champion. They would, and I would just realize, like, why would they talk so bad about me and they don't even know me? Like, I had like 10 fights or less, and I'll be like, they would just trash talk me. And I'll be like, wow. So for me, I proved so many people wrong because you said I couldn't even become like British champion. Like I went on to fight at the MGM like 3 times. I went on to be with Floyd. I went on to fight on 3 of Floyd's card. I fought all over the world. I got 50 professional wins. So if I had listened to all of those people who said I couldn't do it, I wouldn't have gotten far in life. So that's one thing. I think you have to set your goals and just work towards it. Sometimes your family, they won't believe in you. Sometimes your friends, they won't believe in you, but you always have to believe in you. So that's kind of the thing that I admire about me, that I didn't care what others thought. I was going to do this and I was going to give my best.
Yeah, I see that. It's very good advice that when something bad goes wrong, it sometimes opens up a door for something good to happen. I don't take too much of time today, but did you watch the fights that happened last night? Josh Warrington and Lara. Did you watch that at all on the Zone?
I didn't watch it, but I heard it was a good fight until the cut went on. So I did hear that still. I don't keep up to date. I don't want to sound rude, but I only watch like the big fights.
Well, like
So I don't want to sound rude, but I mean like the mega fights. So I only watch like the big fights. So I watch AJ, like I watch Fury, like I watch those kind of guys when they're gonna have their big fights. So I don't really watch the ones in between, which is bad, but hey.
Yeah, I see. I mean, you're a busy man. All right, I'll ask you about Canelo and Caleb Plant, and that's a big fight, undisputed champion.
Oh,
how do you see that fight go?
I actually like Plant because I know him from before he was world champion, because he used to spar in the Mayweather gym a lot. So when he was on the rise, I used to see him sparring with all the guys in the gym. And he's come a long way. And I think just like Billy Joe, they got the attributes to win. So it's great having the attributes to win. How the one time that Canelo lost, he fought Floyd, and we saw what Floyd done. He boxed and moved, and he used his ring smarts. And these guys, they have that in their tools, but doing it in the ring with Canelo now is going to be hard, because I thought that Billy Joe, I thought the fight was even, or I had him ahead at the time that he got stopped. So I think that Caleb Plant could do the same thing. I think the early rounds, he can frustrate Canelo, but it's getting to the 12th round. You know what I mean? It's getting to the 12th round. So I believe that at the halfway stage, that Plant will be ahead, but he's got to make it to the 12th round. It's doing it over 12. It's not doing it over 6. So that's going to be the hard thing. But I think he has the tools to win. If he wins or not, I don't know.
That's
because Canelo is the man. Canelo is the man.
Yeah, he's a pound for pound best. He's kind of, everyone's always arguing who's the biggest star, and Joshua Canelo. That's a good thing.
It's Canelo. I like AJ. I like AJ. He is a big star. He's the biggest star in Britain for the sport, but worldwide is probably Canelo.
Well, why do you think that? Is it because now it's worldwide and Andy Joshua's just in Britain. Is that the reason, do you think?
No. Because Joshua, when he came to America, and because he came to the gym, and we was at the gym. I was in the gym. Like everyone was like, Andy Joshua's here. Andy Joshua's here. So they went wild in the Mayweather gym. They went nuts when he came to visit us. Like he came to visit the gym, and everyone in the gym, they went nuts. So AJ's a world star. I just think that Canelo, because you have to remember, Canelo would be a big star in all like South America, like all of those kind of spots, all of those spots that speak Spanish. And then he's big in like the normal world, like America, Britain, Europe. So I think his scope, I just think he's more worldwide at this minute in time. But as a person, I love AJ because I love what he's done for the sport and what he's done for the sport at home as well. Because of him, the sport has so many eyes like, oh, yes, I think he's good for the sport, and he does a lot for the youth in the sport, the young guys like yourself. Like he helps a lot of them out. So I do like what he's doing for the sport. But I think Canelo is the biggest name in the sport. Hence, he gets paid the most. You only get paid the most if you're the biggest star. They're not going to give it to you if you ain't.
Yeah, I see what I mean. That's quite interesting you saying about Canelo being the star in like South America. But that's quite a good point because obviously he's Mexican and has that sort of and Andy Joshua, he has done wonders for British boxing as well, inspiring loads of young fighters up and coming. All right, Ashley, thanks so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. So
indeed,
find you on Instagram and Twitter and the boxing gym.
At Ashley Theophane, and the boxing gym is Treasure Boxing Club.
Perfect. I'll put the link for the website and your Instagram in the description. All right, Ashley, thanks so much.
Yeah, see ya. Bye-bye.